Week 3's in the books. Let's get to week 4. What is up, football fans? Today is Wednesday, which means you get in the picks video. Now, my dad's not physically here with me. I taught him how to use Zoom, and we actually got it going pretty well today. So you're going to get a Zoom one-on-one with my dad, and we're going to talk about picks. And we're talking about who did the best last week, who's in the lead overall between my dad, me, and you guys. And then I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. But let's jump into the picks. Oh, what's up, everybody? You can see my dad's here, but he's not here because, again, I don't live right next door or upstairs to him anymore. I never lived next door. I don't know what I'm talking about that. But he figured out how to use Zoom. So he's right there. So I'm going to do our picks. So last week, you guys, what do you guys show? You guys show the, that used to bring us luck. It doesn't really bring us luck anymore. So last week, the fans, you guys, did 10-6, bringing your total record to 33-15. I didn't do too well. I was trying to reach on a little bit too many of my picks, and I did 9-7, bringing me to 30-18. But my father, he did the best last week. He did 11-5, bringing him within one game of you guys with a 32-16. Actually, no, we all have. Yeah, I'm just counting. You know what? I'm counting the tie as a loss for all of us. So I don't have to say -1. So that's why we all have that loss. 32-16. So my dad is one game away from you guys. I am unfortunately 3 game, but
I'm coming.
Take this back. So we're jumping into tomorrow's game. We have the Denver Broncos, who are beat up, very, very, very beat up, going here to New Jersey to take on the absolutely horrible New York Jets. And I will say this, as Dolphin fans and Bills fans and Patriot fans, we actually probably want the Jets to win this one because then they won't fire Adam Gase and then go into completely tank for Lawrence. But I'm going with the Denver Broncos in this one because the Jets suck. Dad, where are you going with this one?
Denver.
Yeah, Jets suck. And you guys, with a 91%, are also going with the Denver Broncos. Then we have the Baltimore Ravens, who they didn't really show up for that game against the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Washington football team. Ravens. Yeah, exactly.
Baltimore.
You guys with a 54.7 are also taking the Baltimore Ravens. Now we have the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans, which, if you guys don't know, Titans have tested positive for a bunch of COVID, and they are shutting it down till Saturday. So this game might not be played on Sunday, might be pushed to Monday to help out the Titans. Also, the Vikings are also shutting down because that's who they played last. I'm still before this news came out, I made my picks, and I picked the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I'm still sticking with the Steelers. What are you thinking, Dad?
Steelers.
And you guys, with a very close margin, with a 50.7, are also going to be taking the Steelers. Then we have the LA Chargers, who just keep getting injured. Seems like, if you guys didn't check out my last video, I talked about the next 4 games. Very injured teams. Headed in Tampa to take on Tom Brady and the resurgent Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They only had 1 loss, so I don't know why I'm saying resurgent. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I like what they're doing there, and I think the Chargers I think Justin Herbert's going to continue with some type of success, but I think Tampa Bay is going to do better. What are you thinking?
Tampa Bay. Brady's on a roll now.
Yeah, you know? He's getting comfortable with his new team, getting comfortable with the receivers. And with an 89.3, you guys are also taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, on the list next, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Houston Texans. Now, this one was a little difficult because both these teams are in a trajectory of going downwards. But Minnesota just seems to be falling apart a little bit more, and Houston kind of played a better game against the Steelers, so that's why I'm going with the Houston Texans.
Houston.
As much as we don't want Houston to win because we want a higher first and a higher second from them, I think this is probably where they get their first win. And with a 61.1, you guys are actually going to be taking the Minnesota Vikings on this.
Ooh.
I hope. I hope the Vikings win, but hey, probably not. Then we have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Detroit Lions. I think we're all in unison on this one, even though the Detroit Lions are they're falling apart a little bit here.
Watch what happens. Watch the Detroit turn around and beat
But you're
the Saints.
taking the Lions. I mean, you're taking the Saints.
Yeah.
We're both taking the Saints.
Why?
But yeah, don't be surprised. The Lions beat the Cardinals last week. And like I said, the Saints lost to the Packers, lost to the Raiders. Saints and Dolphins, same record, 1-2. Same record.
Yep.
But you guys with an 88.5 also taking the Saints. It'd be a big upset if the Lions beat the Saints, just like it was a big upset with the Lions beat the Cardinals in that one. Then we have the game that made my father laugh. We have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys in this one. I think they had a hard-fought game last week. They came very close to winning that one. I'm taking the Cowboys. I think the Browns are not going to pull this one off. My dad's taking
the dogs. The dogs are coming in.
He's got the pound coming through. You guys with the 77.2 are going Cowboys. My dad, if he gets these right, my dad's going to take a huge lead over all of us. So next we have the Indianapolis Colts heading to Chicago.
Bears.
Take on the Bears. I'm taking Chicago Bears. Nick Foles under center. We all know how he does when he gets called up.
Yep.
Chicago Bears. You guys with the 52.8 are also taking the Chicago Bears. Very close margin on that one. Could go either way with that one. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Cardinals to have a bounce back game after losing to the Detroit Lions. My father's taking Cardinals as well. He's looking down his paper. He's taking the Cardinals.
I had to do my homework.
You guys with a 93% even are also taking the Cardinals. Panthers are in growing pains and they have a ton of injuries, so I think a lot of us are kind of not looking forward to that one. Then we have the New York Giants taking on the LA Rams. Giants just couldn't do anything against those 49ers. Giants, I pulled for you guys.
Oh, hey, where they going, to California?
Yes, they're going to LA in the new stadium. My dad's taking the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. I think the Rams should have beat the Buffalo Bills. I think that pass interference was a BS call. The Rams should have beat the Bills. You guys with a 97.8% are taking the Rams as well.
There we go.
Then speaking of Buffalo, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on them Oakland Raiders. Like I said, it was a good game between the Rams and the Bills. The Bills just barely came away with that one. They were up 28-3 and had to just pull it off, getting that last second touchdown off of the pass interference, which again, your receiver ran into the DB. The DB kind of was falling back. They call a PI on that. Tic-tacky, if you ask me, but there was also a touchdown on the other way. It was a back and forth game, but in that moment to give that BS PI, it's just a bad time to call it. Game deciding penalty. But I'm actually going to be taking the Raiders in this one. Not because I don't like the Bills, but just because you're heading all the way to Las Vegas in the black hole. I'm taking the Raiders. My father is taking
the Raiders.
The Raiders. And you guys with a 59.3 are taking the Bills.
Ooh.
I just don't think that that Bills defense is all that it cracks up to be. And I think hopefully, if the Raiders defense can stop the Bills a few drives, I think they'll pull it off. What do you think?
They played the last time at home. They played good.
Yeah.
Right? They won that one, right?
Yeah. So then we have the New England Patriots, Cam Newton, heading to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes. Doing good. Patrick Mahomes doing real good. I don't know if you noticed, but I think he was like jogging off the field and he was counting to 4. It's because he was ranked 4th. Lamar Jackson was ranked 1. But I'm taking Kansas City in this one. I think they're going to beat New England. I think it's going to be an awesome win for the Kansas City, and I'm looking forward to that one. What do you think?
Kansas City.
95.5% of you guys also think Kansas City.
Wow.
They like themselves some Kansas City.
You got to slow Cam Newton down. You know what I mean? You got to slow him down.
Get in his face. Just got to get some pressure on him.
But, you know what I mean? He's a tall guy, and he's like a train, you know?
Yeah.
When he takes off, he's a train.
Exactly.
It's hard to get him down, you know?
Get in his face. Get some pressure on him.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to – and when do we see him again?
Not till the end of the season. I think week 14, I think.
Battered up by then.
Right? He might even be in the game. And then we have the Sunday night game. Why is this the Sunday night game? Maybe this sounded like a good Sunday night game but before the season started. But we get the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 49ers in San Fran.
Oh, my God. I'll go 49ers.
Yeah, I think we're both going 49. You think Carson Wentz is going to make it through the season? You think he's going to get benched at some point and Jalen Hurts is coming in?
He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt.
I don't know. He's just not playing good. That Bengals game, how do you tie? Like, in all honesty, I know how you tie, but like they punted the ball on 4th and long. Like, you're essentially like, oh, screw it, we'll take the tie. Like, how do you do that?
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, look at that. Look at that. Philadelphia, Giants, Washington, and the Cowboys are, you know.
That division sucks.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that the AFC East was going to suck. It's the NFC East again.
Hey, maybe that put a little fire under our butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you guys with the 78.1 also taking the 49ers in this one. Then we have the Monday night game, the Atlanta Falcons, they can't keep a lead. It's just impossible. They were up 20 at some point against the Chicago Bears. Lost. Like, just can't take it on Green Bay Packers. Me and my father, but it's just we're taking the Packers. Packers are hot right now. Aaron Rodgers is doing his thing.
Yep.
We all thought, hey, they don't have any wide receivers. What are they going to do? And Aaron Rodgers says, I don't need any stinking wide receivers. So me and my dad are both taking Green Bay. You guys emphatically with a 91.9 are also taking the Green Bay Packers. That's how the kids are saying the names nowadays. And we're going to end this one off with the game of games. Miami Dolphins, home, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. My father, the diehard Dolphin fan he is, never picks against his team. He's taking
Fins, baby. Fins. Look, I got my voodoo doll here.
If you guys want to know my pick, you guys got to watch Friday's preview video. I always do this to you guys. I do apologize, but you got to wait till Friday. But you guys, surprisingly, so Dad, check this out. Last week, you were here physically. Do you remember that the fans picked Jaguars to win, right? The fans picked that.
Right.
This week, against the Seattle Seahawks, these guys with a 58.9 are picking the Dolphins to win.
There we go.
That's what I like to see. A little bounce back, a little fire under their butts.
Yep.
But like I said, you guys have to wait till Friday to see what my pick is. But if my dad physically can't be here, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to have him come on with the Zoom meeting. I think this was fun. Did you enjoy the Zoom meeting, Dad?
Yeah. Instead of like I said, I went to Richmond twice.
So he'll be here more often because I know a lot of the guys in the comment section love when you're on. So he'll be here more often. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What you think of our picks. If you like it, if you dislike it. What do you think of a lot of the news that's going around in the NFL with the Titans, with the Eagles, with all this stuff? Be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to one of you guys. Comments of the day. This comment comes from Anthony, and Anthony says, comment of the day. I saw an article on biggest busts of the 2020 season so far for each team. Jordan Howard was ours. What are your thoughts on how they have used him so far? I don't think he's been a bust at all because he has given us touchdowns in each game. He is producing points. I wouldn't say that that's our biggest bust. I understand probably where they're coming from. The Dolphins go out, pick him up, sign him to a 2-year, $9.75 million contract. We expected him to come in, do some great things, initially take the lead rushing position. Then we traded for Breida in the 5th round. So I can see why people are saying that Jordan Howard is a bust. I can see why you're saying he's not yet. It's been 3 weeks. He's scored 3 rushing touchdowns. He's actually been, when it comes to goal line, you hand him the ball, he's most likely going to get in. Looking at his contract, a lot of people, initially 2 years, 10 million, give or take. People were like, that's a lot of money. Essentially, he's making 4.75 this year, and then they can cut him for no money lost. So essentially, we're getting him for 4.75. That's it. Literally, that's it. Now, would I like him to do more? Yeah, I had higher expectations for Jordan Howard going into the season. I had higher expectations for him and Matt Breida. But Myles Gaskin is doing so well that why not continue to use him? He's breaking tackles, he's making catches, and he's making people miss, and he's producing yards. Would I like to see Jordan Howard get more carries? Yes, of course. Would I like to see Matt Breida get more carries? Yes, of course. And they will. They definitely will. Myles Gaskin is getting the more carries because it's the hot hand. Brian Flores is essentially riding the hot hand. So to say he's the biggest bust after 3 weeks, no. If you want my God's honest opinion, the biggest bust so far for the first 3 weeks is probably Byron Jones. Paying that man a lot of money. And he's not been 100% healthy all season, and he missed last week because of a groin injury. Looking at Jordan Howard, 4.75 this year, I'm not too worried about it. Again, we can cut him, and then no harm, no foul. And potentially draft a running back next year, which probably will happen. So, yeah, no, I don't see Jordan Howard as the biggest bust. Like I said, I would probably put Byron Jones up there. But again, to call a free agent or to call a draft pick or anything a bust after 3 games in a season that you had no offseason, no preseason, 2 weeks to get ready for the season is just a little premature, if you want my God's honest opinion. But Anthony, thank you so much for the comment. Always comment below. Always do all that great stuff, because that's where I pick you guys' comments of the day. I pick it there. I also pick it on Twitter. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I was tweeting out a ton of things today. I was tweeting out, there's a bunch of stats that came out that I tweeted that I will be talking about in Friday's video, where I break down Miami Dolphins versus the Seattle Seahawks. Will I have a special guest with me? I don't know yet, but I'm trying. I have someone in the works. But be sure to go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Be sure to check out Fanatics Network. Very good podcasters. They're building this community of Miami Dolphin content creators with me, Perfectsville. There's a bunch of other guys on there. They have their own podcast. They have Dad Joke of the Week. They do a lot of cool things, and a lot of things are up and coming and in the works. So be sure to go over and check that stuff out. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. Like I said, I got some big stuff in the works. I'll keep you updated on all that stuff. Speaking of other things I'm associated with, Fan-to-Fan Network, fantastic site. Fan2FanNetwork.com is the website. Their Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Fan2Fan Network. They go live before all of the games, Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. So be sure to go over, check them out. But other than that, I will see you guys Friday with the breakdown of the Miami Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a tough one, but I'm not going to go too far into details because you got to go watch Friday's video. But like usual, guys, stay classy and fins up.